With the San Francisco 49ers getting ready to kick off their season this Monday night against the Jets, it's that time of the year where we start throwing out our final predictions for the season, especially with the game kicking off tonight. So, with that being said, obviously, LeBron James, it's been pretty interesting. He's been a bigger and bigger commenter on the NFL as the last couple years have progressed. And he constantly comments on San Francisco 49ers game. I can think back to when Brock Purdy came in against the Dolphins. I believe he had made some tweets about that game. And, you know, every game along the way is he's typically commenting something. Go even go back to the 2019 game against the Saints, the shootout in New Orleans. He even commented saying that was the game of the year. So as you know, this has progressed, LeBron has actually become a point of emphasis in regards to making his opinions known in the NFL world, right? I know he's an NBA player, one of the GOATs of all time. I get it. Might not be my GOAT. He could be your GOAT. He's not my GOAT. Steph Curry's my GOAT in regards to current and NBA players. But he seems to like the San Francisco 49ers, and that has come across in his tweets over the last couple years. So you're probably not going to be surprised who LeBron picks to be in the Super Bowl. Take a listen to what he had to say right here.
I think it's Baltimore's chance finally. I got Baltimore coming out of AFC. I'm not counting out Patty Mahomes. It's like you'd never count out Tom Brady, obviously. But I just feel like this could be Baltimore's year. They got Derrick Henry, man, one of my favorite players in the NFL. They brought him in, and I got the Niners going back. I just think the Niners, man, they just, you know, they're right there. They're right there.
I need it!
Another year under Brock Purdy's belt and the rest of those guys, because that's a hell of a 1-2 punch with Debo and Brandon Ayuk. I think it'll be a rematch of Niners and Baltimore. Final score, man, I don't know. I just want to see a great one. I want to see a great one. I love NFL guys. I don't want to be on somebody's bad terms. So
it is interesting that LeBron picks the San Francisco 49ers to go to the Super Bowl again, to this time to face the Ravens. And it's interesting to me because it feels like everyone's picking against the San Francisco 49ers to go, in the sense of it's really difficult to go back to a Super Bowl after you just lost a Super Bowl. There's not a lot of historical reference to point to teams doing that before. So as a result of that, it is presented as a huge, huge challenge for the Niners. Obviously, each team is individual to themselves. And with the San Francisco 49ers, we get it. They were able to retain a lot of the same talent that took them to the Super Bowl. You look at the offense for the most part, it's the same, except Dominic Pooney starting at right guard, which early indications might actually be an upgrade already. So when you're looking at the offense, that whole group is returning. When you're looking at the defense, obviously you have a retooled defensive line. You're without Dre Greenlaw. Talanoa Hufanga's status is kind of up in the air as I'm making this video. I know Kyle Shanahan's going to be speaking here pretty soon, so we might find out if he's going to be cleared to play or not. So TBD on that. But for the most part, obviously, Jair Brown will be a new starter to begin the season. Cornerback, I would say the most changes are really coming from the defensive side. But other than that, the offense, which really did carry the team a lot of last year, is returning. And you would expect going to look improved even with Brock Purdy heading into year 3. This time, no rehab, no coming off major surgery, none of those things. So the thought is that, yeah, the 49ers have all the tools in the tool belt to get back to the Super Bowl. So I don't think it's a crazy choice. I think, you know, when a lot of people are talking about it, they're just referencing history. And it's like, okay, yeah, I get that. But you have to contextualize every individual situation as its own. And I'm sure there weren't a lot of situations where almost the entire team was brought back. The whole offense barely changed. And if it did change, it's probably for the better. So I do, you know, I'm not going to, I really don't want to pick who's going to be in the Super Bowl. My thing is I want the 49ers to get the 1 seed. From there on, it's a tournament. anything can happen. Obviously, I could be, ultra homer and be like, yeah, the 49ers are going to the Super Bowl. Yes, I could do that, but that's not where I'm focusing. I'm focusing on obtaining one seed, and then we go from there. Because as we saw, anything can happen in the playoffs. The 49ers narrowly escaped both the Packers and the Detroit Lions in order to just get to the Super Bowl, and we know how close that game was. So that's how I'm treating it. I do think they have a great shot at getting back to the Super Bowl, and I do think that their team is built for it. And so uh, I don't mind LeBron's take here. Now, obviously, he has the Ravens making it, and we remember what the Ravens did to us last season. And so that's honestly who I wanted in the Super Bowl. I'm not going to lie to you. I did not want the Chiefs. I wanted the Ravens. I felt like the Ravens just had one of those games against the Niners. And I felt if the 49ers and Ravens were going to meet again, the momentum would be in a different place. And the 49ers would be in a different mindset to face the Ravens again, after preparing against them, understanding how they were able to find success and giving these guys another opportunity to attack them. That's who I wanted in the Super Bowl. But unfortunately, Ravens had a really bad showing in the playoffs, got knocked out as a result. They are a really good team. So there is a chance the Ravens can do it. Obviously, the Chiefs are trying to do something that, we've never seen. They're trying to three-peat. So again, getting to the Super Bowl is hard. It's not easy. If the fans talk about like, I don't care about this season unless we win a Super Bowl. Like, I get it. You want to win a Super Bowl, like all of us. But there's a lot of work that goes into this before you get to that point, and you got to play the season. You got to win these games. You got to get your best seeding into the playoffs. Try to get home field advantage through the playoffs. Everything, injury luck has to go your way. We've seen, many times where that has derailed teams, including our own. Think of the Philadelphia NFC Championship game. So all things considered, I think I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I would like to see the Ravens. I would like to see the Ravens over the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, same as this year, as was last year too. So we'll see what happens. But let me know who you think. You guys tell me your Super Bowl predictions. I want to know who you think's going to be in the Super Bowl this year. Is it 49ers versus Ravens, or do you have someone else? Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.